So welcome back, We're doing a couple of things here. I'm just trying to find my what I did with my rod ends. Here. Oh, that's right. I could pull those out and do that as well. No. Just bear with me. I'm trying to find my what I do with my rod ends. Here somewhere. It must be. I'm thinking. All right. Now that I found these, hey, welcome back. Let's see what my bend ends. Those ones will be too big now, I believe. So these are stock Traxxas pieces. I needed to add some support. She was pretty flexible back here with the added weight of the aluminum tranny case and the pressures. With me running a 3.5 turn, I figured I better add some support on here. Took me a few to work on this side. I was trying to figure out, a lot of people come off the rear shock tower, add some support to the front of the chassis to help stop the flex here at the motor and the tranny plate. And I'm trying to figure out what I could do, and I'm kind of limited. I'm running in mid motors, so that shifts everything and creates a spot where I don't have good I don't have a good open area just to drop a couple links on for support. On this side I do, obviously, but on this side, this first side, it's a little tight, and I'll show you what I mean here. So as you're looking at it, on that side it looks pretty good. Let me spin it around here. You can see the link here in the I'm sorry, wrong side. The link here and the spur shaft are right. I mean, they are literally, let me get my finger up in there. As you can see, they are literally just a smidge apart, and the only way I can really do that, I put these nuts down here underneath as spacers. It is kind of close here. I'll have to undo that screw to put the spur system down when I get it done. But without using the bent links, as you can see, I've got these angled links, not really bent links, angled ones. Without using them, it went right across and just underneath. I mean, it was even closer than this and moved in farther. And I didn't even think my nut was going to clear the shaft link. So I decided to grab some bent links and see how that worked. And that seems to look and work. I'm not really look, but works a lot better. Yeah, I've got my clearance, as you can see here, needed to for all that to spin perfectly fine with no problems, and clear that shaft. So once I get everything, she'll be good to go. I'll explain these surface springs here in a few minutes when I get to that part. So, and if I'm not mistaken, I can use these ends. These are 3 and 4, I think. God, I hope I can use them. Trying to find M3 bent ends might be a pain. Yeah. Okay, so which one's that? Where's it? No, like that. I'm going to be actually threading in damn near all the way. And in here almost. Maybe those. Of course, 1 or 2 of these weren't already threaded, so I thought maybe not. I don't know, maybe I can't use these. I've already done that. Yeah. Okay, and that means that one's going to thread on that way, which is why it wasn't threading on, because I was threading it the wrong way. All right. Now, let me grab my new turnbuckle wrench here. I haven't opened this up yet. I've seen all the options out there. Different manufacturers, turnbuckle wrenches, and your old standard, thin little things. Man, these things are a pain to use. Some of those turnbuckle wrenches, they're got a wider base. They're kind of nice, but for $15, $17 a piece, or a wrench that only has 2 ends on it, is kind of ridiculous. Actual crescent wrench. This is a 4-inch wrench. I actually went and tried to find a mini. Actually, keychain. You used to be able to go and buy a crescent keychain. I'm still going to be looking for, but these are a lot better for turnbuckles. They work so much better. So, because there's actually some width there that will get down there. So what I need to do, geez, these may actually be too short. Crap. They are. Shoot. I didn't really pay attention when I grabbed links and just grabbed a set. I grabbed 39 and I needed actually the 50 millimeters, I think. Well, that's kind of a waste. Because these are actually too short. Too short for what I need. Not without getting some other kind of brace that comes way out there, and that's too far. Alright, I'll have to do that. Looks like I'll have a set of links to sell someone if they need them. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these apart. Well, that was a wasted $13, $12. I should have measured out better and actually pulled off my micrometers and seen what length these ones were. I just guessed at which ones I had, and I guessed I had the backs, but I was wrong. I had the fronts, and they're 47, 50 millimeters. So I'll have to get a set of 50 millimeter turnbuckles. And we'll take this little spot that I should have done it on the end. Just gotta melt that a little bit. Make it sticky and stick it together, that way they don't fall out. Toss it on my shelf. Well, alright. I guess that was a quick fix. I'll have to get these will work fine. I just wanted some titanium to lose the extra few grams. Not that it's that huge of a difference, but every gram counts when you're racing. So what I'm going to do with these springs should be interesting. So I pull these out, get these out of the way. And then I need to pull my support pieces down and unthread the two screws in these silver shims here, these spacers, and say shim spacers. Okay, we're going to have to take that off. Part of the problem. Is that alright? That's just a small screw right now. Holding that on. So let's take this up and loosen this one a little bit. It'll have to come up when I do the other side. Okay. Did I? Knock down you. That went to. Oh, yes, I do. Right there, and there's another one somewhere. Right there. One more somewhere. Put those there so they don't fall out next time. Get them where they belong so they can screw in. Might help. Right. Back up on your side. Undo this the rest of the way. There you go. Push back because the screw I've already got out was pushing on it. Finish this back. And you'll see where I'm at in a moment. Okay, go ahead and roll the spacer out of the way. This is just the spacer that you get with your TARP setup. This is for the stage 3. Now, when I bought the kit, I was under the impression that the wheelie bar stage 3 setup was only set up for the the rear motor system. And depending on, this is the, well, I think this stuff then goes on that, perhaps. But maybe I was mistaken. Maybe the wheelie bar only worked with the mid motor setup, but it wouldn't work with the rear motor setup until they did some redesign. Anyways, these spacers come with the kit. As part of your wheelie bar for spacing when you put it together. As anybody's got a TARP kit will tell you or knows with the wheelie bar, or those who don't, that's, you can see the spacers in there. Screws go through the backs and screw, these two, and the spacers keep it, at a distance away. A lot of people running shocks on their systems, a shocking system to kind of stop the wheelie bar from hitting and picking the rear end of the car up and unloading the tires. And I thought, well, with this setup, how am I going to do a shock system? I'd have to work some kind of brace in the middle, and I got looking at it, well, what if I replace these pieces here with a couple heavy-duty springs? And it's about I think a 9mm gap. Let me see. Let's see the spacer. There it is. And it is 10mm. So it's 10mm spacer. And these serpent springs are, I think, 12.8mm, something like that. Now, fully unloaded, they are 14 millimeters. So I gotta get them, compressed down to a 10. But I don't know. That's a strong spring. Maybe way too strong for that. Might not work. So let me go ahead to try that. I think I better do them both at the same time, because then I could do a little flex of the rear chassis. And this may not work. This may be, springs may be too long, could be a little too much pressure. So I'm going to check and see. We'll find out. And there was a spot right there on this mount for that extension to screw right into, so that was no issue. Pop this out, remove that tension, slide you out of there. Up there, let the cigarette burn away as normal. Now these mixed springs may be a little long, but I'm thinking I can go like so. Get them in there, right where they need to be. And then of course the screws will thread through the springs, hold them in place obviously in the two ends. Where are the screws? Get that down in place here. Not far enough down. There we go. Was just getting there, but once I screw it down and get her down to about 10 millimeters, that will provide tension. It will allow flex in the spring to push it right back to the end head of the screw. And as long as it ain't slapping hard, I'm thinking it will provide that little bit of cushion and way more tension than what the shocks and shock springs are able to provide. Because you don't want, in my opinion, you don't want it giving up on you. It kind of defeats the purpose. Okay, try to move this a little bit here. Get a little better light. Get these spots so we can screw in. Is that it? Yeah, looks like that one's going. I guess not yet. Try this one. Okay, then let me add a little pressure then. Oh, that might work a little better. A little compression on that spring first. I need get some more white because those are pretty tight spots to get those screws in, and I have to have a better view. So let me get an actual better view. Better light. Down. Okay, let me line her up a little bit better. Spot in the right places. Critical, obviously. Get the damn thread screwed in. Pain, getting her in the right spot. There are two screw spots here. to be as easy as it looks. Okay, let me give a little bit of leverage. Just take a look. That's way high. Way high. Get that clamp together a little bit to get it in there to start. So, face hands activate. Okay, so let me see here. I got some clamps somewhere. What did I do with them? Because what I need to do is compress this thing some. Pull these two parts together so I can get those screw holes in the right place, and hope that these springs aren't so strong that the two of them blow out the holes. Yeah, it's got to be clamped together enough to slide down there in place. That is making a push. And get started with this one. Not enough yet. No, I need something to clamp. Could use channel locks, but that's kind of brutal. Well, there is crude, rude, and socially unattractive ways of getting this done. Maybe. You might not be able to make that work. That might not work well. I'm breaking something here. I think I might have to get channel locks to really get a good bite. Yep. Well, anyways, I'm going to get those springs in there. I'll do that off camera. I was really hoping to change those links so I thought I had the right ones. But I was wrong. So anyways, there we are. Hit that like, smash that like, slam that like button. Hit share and subscribe. Later.